Good evening, welcome to North Planning. We are almost on time. I'm Councillor Ed Labour, Committee Chairman. Welcome to those who are with us on YouTube. I don't have an audience here in the Civic Centre, and therefore I'm going to dispense with all the formalities. I think you all know how to get out of here if there is a fire drill. I'm sure, because I will be moving pretty quickly, so that'll give you a clue. Can I do apologies for absence, please?
We've had apologies from Councillor Hagger and Councillor Flynn, and we have Councillor Brightman and Councillor Edwards substituting.
Thank you very much indeed. Minutes of the meeting, 12th of March. Can I take those as agreed? Okay. There is an agenda item, a report pack B tonight, which is an urgent item that I agreed to take because of the need for the Mount Vernon Hospital to get some work done on its site. I think I did. Any declarations of interest? I've ticked it, but no, none. So we're taking the items as presented, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9's an enforcement report in part 2, so we will do item 10 on part B first before we turn the feed off. Okay? And with that, I am going to head straight for agenda item 6, 5 Chiltern Road, Eastcote. Ed, please.
Thank you, Chairman. The application seeks erection of a part 2-storey, part single-storey side rear extension and conversion of roof space to habitable use, including 4 times roof lights and alterations to side elevations. However, as explained in the committee report, the majority of the proposed built form has already been approved. Now, if I can take members through the proposed plans. It's the site location plan, constraints plan, it's a location plan again, and this is the proposals. As you can see, this is the rear extension, and again at first floor level. These are the elevations showing the roof space, and this shows the roof lights. Now this is the critical slide. The top level, this is what has already been approved, and this is the proposal in front of members today underneath. So the changes are the roof lights and a change to these side windows. This is the rear elevation, and that's the site photo from the aerial photograph, sorry. These are the site photographs. This is the existing rear elevation. This is looking towards the neighbouring property number 3, across the neighbouring property number 7. Front elevation, this is the view from number 3, looking towards the application building. And again from number 3, looking towards the rear. So the application site comprises a detached 2-storey dwelling located on the northern side of Chiltern Road with a principal elevation facing south. The property is brick built, set under a hipped roof. To the west side is an attached single-storey garage, which is in turn attached to the neighbouring property's garage, number 3 Chiltern Road. To the east of the application site lies number 7 Chiltern Road, a 2-storey detached property which is set forward to the application property and has been extended at both ground and first floor level to the rear. As mentioned already, it should be noted that planning permission has already been granted in 2017 for the part 2-storey, part single-storey side rear extensions. This element involved a double-storey rear extension projecting 4 metres from the rear elevation, which at ground level wraps around to the side to join the rear existing garage. The single-storey element to the side would have a flat roof 3 metres high. The current proposal involves the addition of 4 roof lights to the previously approved extensions in order to create a playroom and store in the roof space. There is also a change to one of the side-facing windows facing number 3 Chiltern Road, which was previously approved as a small bedroom window and is now a larger staircase window, resulting from a change to the proposed layout of the house. All side-facing windows are shown to be obscure glazed, and furthermore a condition has been proposed that all proposed side-facing windows will be obscure glazed to protect the amenities of adjoining occupiers. Members will note that an additional objection has been received, and this is covered in the addendum. To summarise, the difference between the approved scheme and what is before members today is the addition of 4 roof lights and a change to the obscure glazed side elevation window. The proposed roof lights and windows are considered acceptable, and for the reasons summarised, it is recommended the application be approved. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. Who wants to take me out? Councillor Edwards? Councillor Higgins, then Councillor Edwards, I think. Go on, Councillor Higgins.
I'd just like to go with officer recommendation, but I'd let my fellow colleague.
He might second them when he said what he was going to say at the moment, I'm sure.
Yes, I will. And in fact, it's an observation, and that is the description of the development here has created the impression within certain residents that we were looking at the totality. And in fact, what we are considering here are some roof lights and some changes to some windows on the side. And those are quite minor additions, and I'm very pleased to see the obscured glazing conditions, which assures privacy, and therefore I will happily second the...
and that is a matter I have already raised with the Head of Planning, because it has caused some confusion. Whilst technically correct, it's caused some confusion. Councillor Oswald?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chairman. Yeah, that was my only consideration, was the obscure glazing, but it's been done. Well, we've already said that, so yeah, I'm okay with it.
We are seconding. All those in favour, please show me. Thank you. That one's unanimously approved. Agenda item 7, 20Q Ferry Drive, Northwood.
Thank you, Chairman. The proposal is for a single-storey outbuilding to the rear for use as a gym. So I can just take members through the plans. This is the site location plan. This constraints plan. Now, members will note that the area in green is within the green belt. So the house itself is not in the green belt, but the rear garden, the long rear garden, is within the green belt. This is the proposed location for the outbuilding to the rear of the garden. On the top of the plan is the elevations and the floor plan. This aerial photograph showing the tree cover that's on the site at the moment. And here are some site photographs showing the extent of the garden and the existing trees. And this is the existing property. And again, the rear garden and the front of the property. This is a garage to the front. So the site is occupied by a large two-storey detached house situated within a spacious plot on the north side of Cubery Drive. The established garden contains and is surrounded by good tree cover which characterises the area. The site next to the application property contains 2 TPO trees, albeit there are no protected trees within the site boundary. The garden to the rear of the house lies within designated greenbelt, however the house itself is located outside the greenbelt. The proposed development will have windows on the side elevations, taking into consideration the trees and hedges screening along the boundary and the distance from the main houses. It is considered that this would not result in overlooking and loss of privacy to adjoining occupiers. According to the aerial photographs, there are trees which oversail the rear boundary, whose root protection areas will be likely to extend into the rear garden. The garden to the rear of the house lies within designated greenbelt, and based on the submitted information, it is not clear whether trees will be affected by the proposal, but it is considered likely. More detailed survey and analysis is therefore required. The greenbelt status of the back garden indicates that any effect on the openness of the land should be resisted. In the absence of a tree survey and arboricultural impact assessment, the applicant has failed to ensure that protected trees will be safeguarded from the development, and furthermore, the construction of a building within the greenbelt is unacceptable without evidence of special circumstances, and no justification has been provided. The development is therefore considered to constitute inappropriate development in the greenbelt. For the reasons summarised, it is recommended that the application be refused. Thank you, Chairman.
Councillor Oswald? Councillor Higgins?
Thank you, Chairman. Move the officer's recommendation.
I will second that, and I'm glad that officers are upholding this. It's brilliant.
Okay, all those in favour of refusal, please show me. Thank you. That was unanimously refused. Can I ask members please to note item 8, the quarterly S106 report? Thank you. I will now move to agenda item B, which is the Mount Vernon Hospital application. I think this is slides only, is it? Yep. Can you show us the slides on this? Now, you've got 2 items on this. One's the listed building consent and one's the application. But, of course, the results will mirror each other. We're getting one presentation, but I have to have 2 votes as in the usual way.
Thank you, Chairman. I'll take members through the plans. This is the application site within the hospital. Again, you'll notice that the green is green belt, and the red is the listed buildings. Again, here shows the entirety of the hospital site, and this is the application site within the middle. So it is well within the hospital area. I can just scroll through. You'll see the application proposal is relatively minor. This is the additional enclosure that's proposed. Here are the elevations. And this is the site and aerial photograph. Here are the site photographs showing the existing building and the location of the existing facilities. Thank you, Chairman.
Members have any questions? Councillor Higgins was...
I don't have any questions. I'll just go with Officer's recommendation. Actually, the only thing I'll say is that it's well done. I mean, we've had another one, which we won't go into now, but this is very well done. Thank you.
Yes, and in fact, the reason I accept this as urgent is this applicant actually was told that this could go on the next agenda, but wanted the decision before they did any work.
Yeah, no, which is absolutely right. So, on that, I'll agree, propose both.
Councillor Edwards, you also indicated, were you going to second?
Yes, I'm just going to second, but also for the CCTV, our YouTube, just to note the difference in the application of the Green Belt policy. The previous one was new development. This is just replacement or extension of an existing building, therefore slightly different policies apply, and therefore it is policy compliant.
Yep. Thank you for that, very helpful. All those in favour of approval, please clearly show me. Thank you very much indeed. Can I ask now, please, that the YouTube feed is switched off and confirmation that's been done.